More breaking news coming in on this rapidly developing story a day before the trust vote. After meeting the Karnataka Assembly Speaker, the Congress has now criticized the top court order that allows rebels to decide on whether to attend the trust vote or not, despite the Congress party whip ordering them to be present. Well, very quick to hit back, the BJP has called this hypocrisy of the Congress leadership in Karnataka, specifically attacking Dinesh Gundu Rao, who was the working president of the Karnataka Congress.
Some apprehension has been raised throughout the country about the intervention of Supreme Court in this legislative process. First of all, Supreme Court has given freedom to the Speaker to take a decision on resignation and all other things. That's okay. By saying the same thing, as per the Constitution, there is a 10th schedule. Political party can give a whip to their members. If they are violating the whip, they may be disqualified. This is the spirit of the 10th schedule. Actually, that is what Constitution is saying. By today's judgment, what Supreme Court has given, whether they can come to the House or may not come to the House. Supreme Court has told that they are already resigned, they did not come to the House. They may come also, Supreme Court is telling, they may come also. That means they are still members. Then where the political parties power to give whips to our members? Therefore, this will raise a serious constitutional question throughout the country. Not for this government, not for any other government. This will be a very serious consequences question. Therefore, I think we are going for various options to deal with that. Certainly, confidence motion, we will win.
Well, India Today's Shalini Lobo joins us live from Bengaluru. Shalini, where do things stand right now? Yes, the Supreme Court order has come. The powers have been given to the Karnataka Assembly Speaker at this point of time. None of the rebel MLAs have shown any inclination to attend the trust vote tomorrow. Therefore, the Congress and the JDS are still very much on the back foot. What is it looking like from the ground?
Well, Shiv, it's exactly as you said, the Congress and JDS, even though they are saying we will sail through the trust vote, the Supreme Court's order has definitely put them on the back foot. They were banking on that whip to count. They were banking on the whip to bring those 15 rebels from Mumbai back into Bengaluru to sit in the assembly and vote in favor of the party whip. And now suddenly they find themselves in a position where that whip does not count anymore. So none of these people, the Supreme Court has also told that the rebel MLAs may or may not attend tomorrow's session. So it is not compulsory that any of these rebels come because, it gives them that time frame. And the rebels also happy because they do not have to be bothered about whether the anti-defection law applies to them at this point of time. They have put their resignation forward.
Yes.
The court said, let the Speaker decide freely on his will. Let him not be fretted unto any direction under any pressure on these resignations. So clearly right now the ball in the Speaker's court, as well as relief for all these 15 MLAs who are sitting in Mumbai. And even if you look at the BJP camp where I'm at, outside a plush hotel in Bengaluru,
yes,
they are relaxed as well because they also welcome the Supreme Court verdict. These 15 absent tomorrow, they have 105 plus the 2 MLAs who they claim are on their side and going to vote in their favor.
Yes.
On the other hand, the Congress and JDS coalition together stands at 101, out of which one person is the Speaker who will be able to vote only in case of a tie. So the Congress and the JDS does not have numbers going purely by the math right now, and they find themselves on a back foot and disregarding the Supreme Court verdict, which is what K.C. Venugopal just did when speaking to the media, as well as Dinesh Gundu Rao when he put out a tweet around 2:30 in the afternoon saying that this sets a very bad precedent as well.
Very true. I mean, Shalini, thank you very much for that, because like you said, the arithmetic as we know it right now, there is no saying that it will not change between now and tomorrow. The Congress says it's confident that it will sail through, but the arithmetic right now, as Shalini just said, means that the Kumaraswamy government almost definitely will be in minority when that no confidence motion is put to a vote on the floor of the assembly tomorrow. Here are the implications of today's Supreme Court order. Let's just break it down for you here on 5 Live. The Speaker will decide on the resignations. They wanted the Supreme Court to decide. The Supreme Court said no, it's going to be the Speaker who will decide. The implication is that the Speaker will seal the rebel MLAs' fates. It is his decision now. The Supreme Court said will not fetter the Speaker. No direct instructions to the Speaker. The implication is the Speaker can now decide on the disqualification of those rebel MLAs. The Supreme Court order says the trust vote will continue. There is no stay on the trust vote. The implication is, very obviously, the floor test will take place as scheduled tomorrow morning in the Vidhan Saudha. The Supreme Court order says cannot compel the MLAs to attend. Very important. The implication is that the Congress and the JDS whip will not apply to the MLAs for now. So nobody can force those MLAs to be present for the trust vote tomorrow. They can sit pretty in their resort in Bombay, far away from Bengaluru. Well, if the whip applies, the Congress has 79, which includes the Speaker. The JDS has 37 seats. The BSP has 1. The BJP has, including 2 independents, 107, making a total of 224. Remember, the majority mark is 113. If the coalition wins the floor test, if the whip doesn't apply, which is what the Supreme Court has basically ruled today, then the Congress has 79 minus 14 MLAs who are sitting in Mumbai. That gives them just 66 seats, which includes the Speaker. The JDS is 37 minus 3, that's 34 seats. The BSP has 1. The BJP has 2 plus independents, that's 107. A total of 208, where the majority mark is 105, which means the BJP in this second scenario, which is currently the scenario, will win the floor test tomorrow. So let's just take you through the 3 scenarios. Of what may happen. And remember, this is a big progressive state of Karnataka where there has been political uncertainty since the elections last year. Scenario number 1. The rebel MLAs skip the trust vote, which they have every right to do right now as per the Supreme Court. In that case, the JDS Congress government, which is in power right now, becomes a minority. The government falls. Scenario number 2. The Speaker disqualifies the rebel MLAs. That means the numbers will still elude the coalition and the government falls. Scenario number 3. The coalition between today and tomorrow manages to bring back 5 to 6 MLAs and gets them to vote tomorrow in the floor test. In that case, and only in that case, the government survives. So basically, very simply put, it means that in less than 24 hours, the Congress JDS needs to convince 5 or 6 of its rebel MLAs to attend, to obey the whip, to come back and to vote tomorrow. Only then will Kumaraswamy not be in minority and continue to be the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Joining me live from Bengaluru, S. Prakash, spokesperson of the BJP, R.K. Upadhyay is a political analyst, and Syed Abbas is also a political commentator. He has been an MLA candidate for the Aam Aadmi Party, and in this particular case speaks in favor of the Congress JDS combined. Syed, I'd like to kick things off with you because now we're looking at a situation where the ruling dispensation needs 5 to 6 MLAs. The Supreme Court verdict, has come as a setback to the Congress JDS dispensation. They only have a few hours in which to convince at least 5 to 6 MLAs to come back tomorrow and vote in the floor test, failing which this government is going to fall tomorrow.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. I must tell you on record, as a matter of fact, this has turned out to be a dance of democracy and absolute political mockery. We are right now running without a government. In the state of Karnataka, being a proud Kannadiga, this is absolutely unjustful. Also, now coming to the point, the Supreme Court verdict today, I truly dissent with the verdict, and I'll tell you why. In 2016 May, in Uttarakhand, when the Bharatiya Janata Party was trying to form a government, the Supreme Court verdict was otherwise. And today we see these defectors, these MLAs who have not stood by the public mandate, they have let down the public, are being encouraged. This also leads to an encouragement of sorts for the horse trading, poaching, and the wonderful resort politics by Yediyurappa and his God-sent MLAs who claim to be holier than thou, who have every hand in the game in the dirty tricks department of the BJP, highly activated.
Okay.
To me, I would say I am glad that the Supreme Court has upheld the rights of the Speaker, and the Speaker definitely constitutionally is able to allow to do his duties accordingly. But otherwise, what we see with these rebel MLAs who've let down the public mandate, that is definitely a dissent for us, and that is definitely disappointing.
Okay.
It is very, very unfortunate.
No,
what we are seeing
let's
today.
look at the story bare bones, S. Prakash, because you know the Congress and the JDS may accuse the BJP of engineering this entire rift and all these MLAs sitting in that resort in Mumbai. But as things stand right now, the Supreme Court verdict is advantage BJP. And if things stand as they are right now, and remember the BJP also has its MLAs sitting in a resort in Bengaluru, S. Prakash, it's advantage BJP for tomorrow.
Shiv, as you can find out,
Engineering rift is the word we have been listening to for the last 1 year. We are sick of it. It is the party which has the MLAs of 70 to 79 to manage them. If they are willing to walk out of the party, why do you blame the Bharatiya Janata Party? For the matter, I should say, Mr. Abbas, Kannada is my mother tongue. I am also a Kannadiga, and BJP also belongs to Kannadiga. Let's not bring language into it. It is advantageous to BJP for tomorrow's confidence vote, because Kumaraswamy did not expect this kind of a judgment from the Supreme Court. He jumped into confidence motion saying that it's a master stroke that I will take a confidence vote tomorrow itself, but now it is scheduled on Thursday, and those MLAs who are now in Mumbai, there is no compulsion on them to come down to Bangalore and vote in favor of the coalition government. And there are no channels I find for Congress party or JDS to talk to them and to convince them to come back to Bangalore. So this chapter of this coalition government is completely over.
Okay.
There are many tricks are being planned by the coalition government, and they are attempting. It's natural for any political party to hold on to the power they have by hook or crook,
but is there
or
any,
by manipulation.
But is there any possibility, is the main question.
To manipulating
R.K. Upadhyay, I want to ask you this. Is there any possibility of the Congress, rescuing this from collapse right now? They only have a few hours in which to, try and get some of those MLAs to come and vote. Do they have any chance at all, in your opinion?
well, from their reactions, you can find out they're very, very desperate now. They know that the end is coming, and they need to do something very drastic. Just a few minutes ago, I heard that they might be approaching the Speaker, saying that the confidence motion, can be moved ahead by another 4 or 5 days. So this is the kind of desperation they are showing, because they have already agreed. The legislature, business committee has already agreed on taking up the confidence motion tomorrow.
Yes.
Now they want to move it by another 4 or 5 days. So this is clearly shows that they are not confident about getting any more MLAs on their side, and they want to see somehow survive. But secondly, one more thing I want to say is that the Supreme Court has tried to find a balance between the supremacy of the Speaker and the rights of the MLAs.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Abhishek Manu Singh, we kept saying that the Speaker is supreme, his rights cannot be curbed, and the Supreme Court should not intervene, with his powers and all that. Okay, that has been upheld by the Supreme Court. Now the Speaker has been given a free hand. He can decide on the resignations whenever he wants to, whichever way he wants to, and this is what the Congress had been asking. Now, just because the MLA's rights are also being protected, on whose resignation the Speaker has been sitting for the last 1 week, now the Congress is crying foul. They're saying that, look, they should not be allowed to get away from the whip.
This is a significant point.
This is a double standard which Congress is trying to show.
Syed, respond to that. These are double standards, and now time has run out. Time has run out.
I'll
Yes,
tell you,
absolutely
Shiv,
it has run out.
I'll tell you.
Absolutely run out,
Thank
and
you.
they are not
All right,
able to,
I'd like to
find out
I'd
how
like
to
to-
go about
Yeah,
this.
Sayed,
See,
Sayed
for
answer.
example,
I'd like to
the
counter you,
speaker-
sir. Let me counter.
the speaker-
Thank you.
the speaker
He's
has
asked me to
said-
counter. Thank you. So the counterpoint that I'm trying to tell you is where I counter. I'll tell you what are double standards. Double standards are definitely not we seek here. Double standard is what we see when in the Supreme Court. What happened in Uttarakhand?
No,
BJP tried everything in the book,
we are-
but
We are looking at
but
Karnataka.
Sayed-
of the government.
Sayed, we're not
Assembly
sitting
is
here
there.
in judgment of the
Karnataka,
Supreme
not
Court.
Uttarakhand.
You've
But
recorded
now
your
you should
dissent.
scenario.
You've
should
recorded
talk
your
to the
dissent on the
Supreme
Supreme
Court
Court. We're
Chief
not
Justice
here to
about that.
debate the Supreme
Not
Court. The
on the
honorable
channel.
justices have given their verdict. We're not here sitting in judgment on the
I'll-
Supreme Court, Sayed.
I'll tell you,
I am
Shiv,
talking
what
about
has
what
been
the next
upheld
step is
today-
going to be. I'm talking about what the next
I'll
step is
tell you,
going to be,
rebel
because the
MLAs
fact is the Congress has
rebel-
lost control of these MLAs. That's the bottom line. The Congress and the JDS have lost
I'll tell you
control
what
of these
has happened.
MLAs.
The rebel MLAs, their rights, what kind of legislature rights are we talking about? Those who have let down, those who have destabilized this government for their selfish honors, because they want ministry.
They have every
Because
right
let
to
me-
resign.
let
If
me
they want to
finish, sir.
resign, they will
Let-
resign.
So let me
It is
finish.
there. It is
Sir,
their
that's your
priority.
opinion.
Finish my point, sir.
Shiv,
Thank
that
you. You're on
he
the
is
wrong
expressing
channel.
his
Let me finish my
opinion.
point.
That's not the opinion of this
All
apex
right.
court.
So basically the point that I'm trying to make here is, respective gentlemen, is very simple. For those 13, 14 MLAs who wish to be ministers, board chairmen, because their own selfish rights, they have destabilized the whole
No,
government.
but whose
I
fault
think
is
it's very
that?
shameful on those
But whose
rebel
fault
MLAs.
is that,
And
Sayed?
that is
That's
absolutely
no.
not
The
right.
point is
We need
who's
to understand that.
Nobody is disputing the fact that
They
they are all
needed to be
elected
reprimanded.
representatives and have a responsibility to the people. But I am saying, as a journalist, let me be totally frank with you. Okay, let me speak from the heart, and let me say, I am sure that the BJP has, made hay while the sun shines. But the bottom line is the problem has started with the JDS and the Congress. The Congress and the JDS have not been able to douse the fires within the party, and that's what the BJP is taking advantage
Absolutely
of.
not, Shiv. I disagree with you here, and I'll tell you why I disagree with you. Central agencies are being used. Independent MLA Nagesh was literally hijacked. There are audio recordings
Abbas,
of it.
please
telling-
don't make
asking
wild
DK
allegation.
Kumarji to
This is
rescue
beyond
him.
your purview.
He's been hijacked.
Produce evidence.
by
If
PS
you have anything,
Yadurappa
shut up,
is
evidence.
also
I just
who
Don't,
has
don't
hijacked-
bring a central
Hijacking
agency into all this.
Resignation. What hijacking is talking
using
about?
You
central
don't
agencies,
speak as a
IT,
spokesperson of
ED
the
challenges,
Congress party.
All of that and more has been used.
You say you are a
one
political
second.
commentator.
Sayed.
Restrict your views
Sayed.
as a
Sayed.
political
Department
commentator.
of BJP has been activated.
I don't understand one thing.
When Karnataka government
I don't understand
is
one
going
thing,
through a
Sayed.
crisis,
No,
he's
Sayed,
playing out
this
that
is
playing
unfair.
cricket.
I'll tell you why.
MLS?
I'll tell you why. And
So
I want
Naming-
Why should you
You
naming
speak
and
about the
shaming.
constitutional validity. Are we
Because,
debating on the
naming and
constitutional
shaming
ground or on
Congress
the
and
moral
JDS
ground?
I
are
want to.
What
I
are you
want to
doing
bring in
about
Mr.
it?
Upadhyay on this.
What is Congress doing? What is
You
JDS
came
doing?
across
They are also
as
doing resort
holy
politics.
men now.
They also put their MLAs in their
One
resort.
at a time.
So they are
One
also
at a
doing the
time.
resort politics.
No, I
So
don't-
don't just blame
the
the BJP,
blame game.
but others are also doing the
Mr.
same thing.
Upadhyay, I want you to
They are
take
also
my
doing the
question
same
on this.
thing. Congress and
Because the
JDS are also doing
politicians
the same
can
thing.
keep bickering.
Not to be
Don't just
shameful
say-
mockery.
Okay,
Yes,
let me,
everybody's
Sayed,
part.
take my
Everybody's
question.
part.
Your MLAs
You
are not God sent.
you accept that
Let's
it has
agree.
happened on everybody's
So
part.
therefore you're not holier than thou.
No, but I don't get it.
claim to
I
be
was
holier
there.
than thou.
So
Sayed,
Congress and
Sayed.
JDS are not holier than thou.
Sayed, take my question. Sayed, take my question.
You accept that fact?
No,
Sayed,
he is
take
not
my
holier
question.
than
Take my
thou.
question.
Is that your point?
Okay, one second.
BJP said they can't do anything.
Let me come in here. I don't want this to descend into
Abbas,
chaos.
is that your point?
Sayed, I want you to take my question on this, and the others can come in. Mr. Upadhyay, also you can disagree or agree with me. I am saying that these allegations of central agencies being used and stuff. There may be some justification for some of those things. I admit there may be some basis on where these allegations come from. I have not covered them personally, but I have a different point to make, Syed. And Mr. Upadhyay, you can please comment on this, which is that these divisions between the JDS and the Congress have happened even during government formation. They have been happening from the start. They are not a recent
Absolutely.
phenomenon, sir. They are not a recent phenomenon. So
Okay.
why are you blaming the
Absolutely
BJP for taking advantage of those divisions?
Shiv, from day one, this government is fighting with each other. I mean, both Congress and JDS have been fighting. Their MLAs are not in their control, and every other day you found statements against each other. So that being the case, now they are trying to blame the BJP, saying that they are trying to take away our MLAs. These MLAs have walked out of their party. Congress and JDS MLAs have walked out of the party, and they have made it very clear that they have, staying in Mumbai on their own volition. They have in fact even complained to the Mumbai police saying that the Congress leaders are coming and threatening us. Please stop them from meeting us.
Shiv,
so
can
what
I
does
come
it
in
show?
now?
What does it show?
Shiv, can I come
that
in
they
now?
are against
All right.
these people coming and taking us away.
Yeah,
so
Syed,
they are
quick
staying
last
there
point.
on their own volition.
Okay, now
and
let me
that being
come
the
in,
case,
please.
now what is the Congress and JDS saying that
All right.
they have been taken away by
Okay,
the
Shiv, now
by
let
the
me come in,
BJP.
please. I heard
So
this
it is-
gentleman.
so it is-
Keep
it
the
is not
comment
that-
short,
okay,
Syed,
they-
I'm out of
they are
time.
not
Yeah.
able to
So I want
keep
to
their
get
house
this
in
question
order.
to my final call.
Let them
Thank
not
you very much.
let them not
Okay,
put the blame on the BJP.
so first
They
thing-
have not been able to keep their house
So I
in
heard
order.
you.
That
Final
is- that is the
comment
bottom line.
from you, Syed, then I'll get Prakash.
Shiv, so here is a simple point that I'd like to counter the gentleman next to me. Very simply, Shiv, I agree with you. I take a stand on your show and I agree with you. There are definitely differences. Why so? No single party could form the government. Therefore, Congress, JDS came together. BJP was given the task, but BJP, unfortunately, Yediyurappa ji had to go through embarrassing situation. He could not complete the floor test.
That's-
Also, now coming back to the point when they mentioned about Mumbai, why did BJP Karyakartas had to say go back Shiv Kumar? Why was he not allowed to enter the room? What was Mohit Kamboj doing there, BJP youth leader?
Because
What
the
was
MLAs didn't want to meet
MLC
him.
Prasad? MLC
MLC
Prasad
themselves
didn't want to be
meet
there.
him.
BJP is using the BJP governed state of Mumbai there, Mumbai police, because
Okay.
it's under the BJP
Final-
government.
okay.
BJP is doing anything and everything
There are
to break this
basically-
government. There are differences
Please
between
don't-
There are basically-
You cannot
There
raise
are-
that.
There are
BJP
basically
is
about-
laying out the dirty tricks.
There are basically about
This is
17
nothing
to
but
18
the
hours
lust
to go
for
before the
power.
trust vote that's going to take
Power
place
by the
tomorrow.
Bharatiya Janata
Yes,
Party.
Prakash, final word from you. Is the Congress going to be able to muster the 5 or 6 MLAs it needs to save its government, or is that not going to happen in your view?
Congress
To
and
an
JDS have no
all-time
lust for
low.
power. They just
All-time
want
low.
to hang out.
Thank you, BJP, for doing this to the state of Karnataka.
Okay.
Thank you
okay.
very much.
I'm completely out of time. We'll see. 17 hours to go
First
for the
win an
trust
election,
vote.
Mr. Abbas,
that
then you
takes
raise the
place tomorrow.
level of Karnataka.
We'll see. The arithmetic as it stands right now means the Kumaraswamy government is going to be in a minority tomorrow. But can they manage those numbers before 11 a.m. tomorrow when the trust vote is scheduled, or could there be even more changes? All of that lies in suspense. In the balance is whether Karnataka gets to keep this government or gets a new government. That is something we'll keep a track of. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.